All right. In this particular segment of the training, in this video, I want to show you how to draw uh trend lines. Pretty much, I want to show you how to chart because trend lines give you an idea of the direction of the market, and I use this every day. And you'll see me you'll see me say in my videos on YouTube, the market is kind of going up or the market is kind of going down. I'm doing that because this is all based off the trend lines. You need this to give you an idea of the directional movement of the market. So I'm going to pick a particular ticker where there are no lines on it, and we're going to chart it together so you know how to chart trend lines. This will help you with the major strategy, which is the small account intraday strategy. But you want to have these on there because sometimes the price action during the day comes to these levels, and these levels also become your key level for that day. All right, so SPY has too many lines on it right now because this is the one I trade mostly every day. So let's go over to QQQ, which is I don't trade. Not that you can't trade it, but I don't trade it, and it has no lines on here. All right, cool. In order to trade this, chart this correctly, you want to go up to the you can use the weekly time frame, then the daily time frame. Those are the two time frames that we're going to chart here because we're looking for the macro, not the micro, the macro trend of the market. All right, cool. Let me erase this here because I don't need this for right now. Erase this one here. Okay, cool. Each candle that you see here represents 1 week of price action. So now, the way I do it is like this. I'm looking for, let's pull this over to the whole screen is shown. You want to see the whole, you want the chart to fill up the whole screen. And let's spread this out a little bit so we get a better picture. All right. Okay, that's good. And what you do is you pick the lowest price within this frame. Within this entire frame, you pick the lowest price within this entire frame, and that becomes the low of the trend line. So let me grab a trend line here. And the lowest price here is this one right here, 338.97. And then you want the trend line to make at least 2 or 3 touches in the direction that you're looking to go up. This or go down. This trend I'm looking at looking like the price is kind of going up. So we got another touch right here, and let's continue going this way, and we got a touch over there. So we got about 3 touches, which is good. All right, so let me change the color of this so I know this is actually a trend line. Okay, I like my trend lines to be yellow, and I like them dotted. And I like them a little bit thicker than that. All right, cool. So now this is the trend line. This goes all the way back until you can see here. This goes all the way back to October 2023. So you get the idea of the macro level of the market. Now, let's see if we can get a shorter time frame. Now, that's the weekly. This is how the price is going over the last year or two weekly. Now let's move over into let me see. I do see another trend here going downward. You can see one up here from here going down. So let's mark that one off too as well. The highest price within the frame is 540. And can we make a couple of touches? Yes, we do. We got a couple of touches right there. I like that. Make this yellow. Thicken it up. And let's dot it up. All right. Now, if you've been following the market over the last couple of months, during the tariffs, which began like around in February, the market started to trend downward. And you can see here from February, we're trending downward. It was when we get, I think, around April, when I think we get the 90-day pause. We break the upward trend line right here with this on this weekly candle, and now we're kind of trending upward. So now we can set another trend line here. We can go like this now. Now these are shorter time frames, but they do give you an idea. All right, cool. Okay, let's make this a little bit thicker. All right, cool. So now the price action is going up. When the price action breaks this trend line, it might begin to start going back down. But remember, this is a shorter time frame. If I want it to be longer, we need more data. So right now, the price action is kind of heading up over the course of the last year or two. But within this couple of months, we were heading down, and now the last month and a half, maybe a couple of weeks matter, about a month, we're heading back up. So now let's go over to the daily time frame to get a closer look at the trend. All right, these have some lines on it, so let's erase. No, these lines you see here, these lines you see here are the ones that I just set. But for the daily time frame, if you don't want to use the weekly, you can erase these. Get rid of that one. And I'm going to keep, I want to keep those two up there. All right, cool. Now, looking at the daily time frame, what's the lowest price we see in this frame right now within this frame? I see 402.39. All right, so let's go down over there. Let's get a trend line for that one. And move this up as we're going. Now you don't want to force it to touch the trend line. I see we got a touch right here, and we don't get a third touch. So I'm gonna leave that like that. So when we do get a third touch, it gives me an idea what the price action is doing. So let me just clean this up. It's yellow. Okay. All right, so now from, what date is this? This is from April 7th, 2025, the price action begin to go upward. But I'm going to show you something. I want to show you something. Let's come over here and let's see if we can fix this a little bit better. Move this over here. If you were trading trend lines, all right, this is 504.01. This is back in February. If you're a swing trader or a long-term trader, you can see the price action heading down. It was right here. What day is this? This is April 23rd, 2025. The trend line breaks. It breaks this trend line going back up. That would be an indication to change your position to buying positions going upward. If you're trading in the long term or swing trading, you can see this here. We're going down. The price action is going down. You see, going up. It comes up to up here. It comes down, and it comes up here and stops. Meets that resistance. Comes back down again. Comes up a little bit. Doesn't touch it. Break. Doesn't go through. Comes back down again. We're fighting, come back down. Come right back up, and it finally breaks through and starts heading back to the upside. And now we're going up. We're going to use this trend line right here to let us know when the price will start going back down. If it does start going back down. Remember, 90 days will run out and the tariffs may come back in effect. If there's no deal on the table, and price may begin to go back down. Well, anyway, that's how you chart the trend lines. This is going to be a two or three part video, but I wanted to let you show you how to chart trend lines so that when you're daily trading or intraday trading, these lines may pop up ever so often, and you'll get an idea, oh, that is one of the trend lines you have on your weekly and daily chart, and that might be a resistance or support level for that particular day. All right, let's jump over into the next video where we're going to be charting key levels, daily key levels. All right, cool.